Kia ora, good morning, happy Tuesday. I am Mike from Markets. This is Kiwibank Markets in a minute. If this is your first time viewing, it's pretty much all in the name. Each morning we summarise some of the bigger financial market related events and a few other bits and pieces. That's the markets part. That part is certainly true. The in a minute part, it's more of a guideline. It's really only there for alliteration purposes. Anyway, like Netflix, give it a couple and you'll be hooked. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, the financial world this morning looks very similar to the financial world that we left at Toolstown last night, with two glaring exceptions, both Brexit related. We'll circle back to those. On the equities front, right, setting aside the UK's FTSE, the globe's major indices, they had an uneventful evening session. A few winners, a few losers, but nothing really worth writing home about. There was a little more action in commodities, industrial metals, precious metals, oil, pretty much everything is some degree of higher this morning, just very small degrees in most instances. Currencies, again, except for the pound, not really a lot going on there. The New Zealand dollar, that's held a fairly tight sub 20 point range since 4 o'clock yesterday. 66.16 US cents, that was the absolute low, and advances were capped in the early 66.30s. Yeah, stepping back, big picture stuff. We didn't have any major data or headlines overnight, so the broadly steady as she goes theme seems appropriate, except for all things UK. Right, the pound dropped like a lead balloon overnight. Percentage sales at the low, it was almost 1.4% off the pace against the greenback. In Kiwi pound terms, the cross rallied from 53.6 pence to 54.2 pence this morning. That's a big move. Sort of confusingly, the falling pound sent the UK's benchmark stock index, the FTSE, surging. That's this whole thing where a weaker currency makes companies that export more valuable in local currency terms. Yeah, the pound is the story here though, and that story was kicked off by the recently appointed Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Quick and the dirty, Boris announced overnight that he will not start talks with the EU until they agree to reopen negotiations on the previously agreed Brexit deal. The EU have expressed on so many numerous occasions that renegotiation is off the table, so we have this sort of standoff, a standoff that currency markets appear to currently believe that Boris will not win. Yeah, right, that's the meat and potatoes. If you're a client and friend of the Kiwibank dealing room, we'll have a deeper dive into that Boris and Brexit stuff in first hand. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Happy Tuesday. Kia pai tō rā. Ka kite.